Austin, would you just talk about the importance of this win for a variety of reasons? Just talk about the importance of this win, please.
A few things played a factor in tonight's game. We didn't want to create any negative separation from us or the other teams in the MAC, especially on the east side. And we wanted to try to, string together a few wins in a row since we're going to play all the West teams and everything like that. And especially coming off a tough loss at home, we wanted to come back and defend our home court advantage.
For all the reasons you just listed, is there any one in your eyes that's more important than the others?
No, it's all equally important because it all leads to winning, and that's the ultimate goal, and that's the most important thing. So I think everything plays an equal factor in doing that.
You guys, Austin, I think you actually talked about it when we met the other day, the slow starts to the second half. Offensively, you guys were incredibly efficient to start the second half. Was there a big adjustment that led to that, or what led to that?
I don't think it was an adjustment. I just think at halftime when we go in and we have our talks before the coaches come in, we listen to our bench and they tell us a lot of things that's going on out there that we may not see. And the last few games, that's been the focal point of what we're trying to do. We try to start off every game hard, but especially the second half because that's been a weakness the whole course of the season for us. And we try to approach the second half like we approach the game. And that's come out there and just give it everything we have.
Could you talk a little bit about the rebounding battle? It seemed like Central was pretty relentless on the boards and the numbers show up, but you guys kind of stood your ground in there too.
Yeah, especially in the second half. But we started noticing that in the first half, they were getting to the balls a lot quicker than we were, especially their guards. Their guards came down, rebounded down in our zone. And that was a problem for our bigs because we were boxing out their bigs. And when their guards came in, they just had a lot of easy offensive rebounds, which led to putbacks and kind of kept them in the game in the first half. But in the second half, it was kind of the same story. It's just hustle. Rebound doesn't take a lot of skill and everything. It's just who wants it the most. And tonight it seemed like they wanted the most. I think they had 25 offensive rebounds. And in the first half, I think they had 15. And I think we only had 15 rebounds total. And that just showed that they came out here on the road and were hungry. And kind of got us on our heels. But somehow we pulled it away. And even though we lost the rebound battle, we came up with the win.
Did a good job in foul line tonight. You guys been working harder at that, or just happened that they went in tonight?
We approach free throws the same, especially during walkthroughs, the day of the games. When we did shoot around, I stayed at the line instead of working on mid-range jump shots because they were shooting around. I missed every free throw that I shot. And I didn't know if I would go to the line a lot, but I planned on driving to the basket a lot, and I was hoping that I'd get fouled. So I was planning on taking a few free throws. And I just didn't want to shoot the last shot this morning or this afternoon before the game. I literally didn't get any. And so I just stayed at the line until they got comfortable. It kind of became second nature, and it was just going through the same routine every time.
Austin, would you also talk a little bit about the offense in the second half? When I mentioned the efficiency, it was scoring points per possession, but you guys were just shooting the lights out.
I feel like our bigs are becoming better screeners. With each and every game, we're becoming better screeners, and that's giving the guards a lot of opportunities. Not only to be open and shoot a night down the open shot, but also to have space and time to create and maybe give us the ball back on the road. And if you set good screens and you put a team on their heels and we're coming off of the screen and they're kind of behind us, they're always kind of one step behind. And it's kind of easy to kind of get the shots that you want to take when the team's kind of one step behind you, because now they're reacting to what you're doing instead of anticipating, and that's an advantage.
Was there something that you guys did differently than the Kent State game when you guys were scoring a lot of points, or were there more similarities in your eyes?
I say it's a lot of similarities and it's a lot of differences. Usually every game we approach, we try to start inside out. But tonight's game, I think we shot a few more jumpers than we usually shoot. But in the second half, they went down. They started going down for us. And a lot of that just has to do with confidence. Some games, you know, we're out there, if we miss a few shots, you know, sometimes people may be hesitant to give that shot up in the pass, or sometimes people may be hesitant to take that shot. Tonight, it was just, you know, at halftime, if we missing shots, just keep taking it. If you're open, you have a good look, you know, keep passing the ball. We expect you'll make it eventually, you know. And all the shots that our guards took and our bigs took, we feel like they were making shots. And you just put the confidence in the player with the ball. Everybody has the same amount of trust on this team, and everybody's able to make plays.
Awesome. You talked about the way you guys defended, particularly in the first half. They were getting a lot of second chance opportunities, but you still held them, at least in the first half, to only 23% shooting.
I feel like our preparation to the game was solid, especially when we walked through their plays and everything like that. We got a basic understanding, and our scout team ran through their plays pretty well, and they were tough to guard actually, and they actually ran like it was their offense, and we stayed out there a little bit longer than we had to because we had to get it down, which eventually we did, and it carried on into the game. The only thing is just the rebounding factor, and it's usually hard to rebound out of the zone as well, but that's just something that we just have to overcome. And we just tried to get out there on their shooters, on McBroom, as well as Derrick Jackson. I think they were both like 1 for 6 or 1 for 7 or something like that. Each of them had 3 points, I think, and I think that played a big factor in their shooting percentage. I think both of them are averaging double figures, and I think that's a big part of the game right there.
What are some of the challenges that are presented for you guys when they're rolling out to start the game with 3 guards?
The biggest challenge is when we're in our zone, and if they put a wing player at the high post, and our center or our middle guy has to guard him one-on-one. Especially for Cam, it's kind of hard with someone 6'9", 6'10", to step up there and guard someone 6'4", who has a speed advantage. And it's just a challenge, and it's just a grind every day. And he does it well in practice, and he comes in the game and he plays the paint big for us.
Good. What about the use of the zone press tonight? That was something that maybe we haven't seen too much of or anything at all this year. Do you think that might help you guys a little bit?
I think it worked in our advantage. We might not have got too many turnovers off of it, but we made them use a lot of clock. And instead of them being able to bring the ball down in 5 seconds and they have 30 seconds to run offense, they made a couple cycles in it, whichever play they're running. But if we slow them down and contain them with the press, maybe they come down and they have 25 seconds on the clock, which, you know, cancels out a lot of opportunities that they might have. And I feel like tonight that worked to our advantage. I feel like we have to work on it a little bit more so that it can be something consistent that we can bring out at times, especially during close games. But I think it worked for us tonight.